There's stuff to think about when a person wakes up and how to prep yourself to having a good day. There's a lot of theories. Some people are like jumping in ice first thing. Other people are doing breath work, like you said. You're talking about going for walks. Do you have thoughts on an ideal morning protocol and anything that you would like to share?
It varies for everybody.
We could break it down into strata of types of people.
Well,
so this would be really helpful. Again, thousands of different people could hear this and be like, I am a this type, and so I'll do this. Or Brian MacKenzie says this is a way to go. And I mean, it could be really.
Yeah. So I like to look at like the facts of things, right? Like, so what's happening when we wake up, what's going on physiologically, and cortisol is really what rises in the morning to wake us up.
So you mean in general, not
in general,
wake up every day asking that question?
No.
Okay. Got it.
Just in general, we know that.
Okay.
We know that this is part of what, if I'm getting some sort of sleep, decent sleep, cortisol is what's rising in the morning. If I'm getting pretty shitty sleep, that's going to be much higher. Right. And in fact, it may not have lowered much. So we've got so there's what am I doing to kind of lower that at first so that I'm not in this overly stressed state. Right now, some people wake up and then it can be super low pretty quick. You take an elite endurance athlete like triathlete, and you're going to probably see incredibly low cortisol levels. And because you will see coincidentally, very low lactate levels. So you can correlate like lactate and cortisol.
That's interesting because people say that endurance athletes are chronically stressed and would wake up feeling.
Not if they're elite.
Got it. Not if they're working.
They're recovering pretty damn well because the volume and the amount of training they're doing, they've worked over time to get to that level, and so that means the aerobic foundation is massive. Which means if that aerobic foundation is well built, the mitochondria are functioning well, you're working oxidatively well. You have you metabolically speaking, these are giants. These are people who can burn fat upwards of 10 calories a minute. Like most people working out are probably around the 3 to 4 calories a minute fat max.
Okay.
Before it crosses over into carb burning, right? The carbs start to take over more. And carbs, it's not a bad thing. We want to be metabolically flexible, but think of it as like from a work standpoint, like 400 watts on an assault bike or a bike, right? You take a Tour de France rider, like you take Tadej Pogačar, who's the guy in cycling right now. That dude can hold 400 to 600 watts for like 30 minutes, like 20, 30 minutes, probably 400 watts for maybe an hour. That guy. I bet most human beings wouldn't put out 400 watts for a minute.
Right. That's crazy. That
means for him to get stressed and cross over from that aerobic side requires a whole lot of, a specific load. But because he's so aerobically efficient, he's clearing, like lactate levels are low. So the cortisol levels also, the stress levels are fairly low when he's not in these like intense situations. You go look at, like free divers. They're some of the calmest people in the world. Well, they've been doing a lot of breath hold work. They work on that on the other end of things where they're, literally bringing the stress levels down. So they more than likely, I haven't measured a whole lot of free divers, but you can bet that their morning cortisol readings aren't as high as, say, somebody who's like running hot in the morning.